And we are back. How's it going, everyone? We're on the third episode of Traders to Gamers, and I'm actually starting to have some fun with this game. My main kind of goal is to get on the leaderboard on Block Brawler. If I don't get on that, it seems like renting all these Momos will be all for naught. So without further ado, we have to rent out another Momo today because one of ours is expiring. And then I also did leave Auto Battle on last night while I was going to sleep, laying in bed. So I did get some dungeons finished, and I'll kind of give you guys some updates on that. But other than that, we're kind of exactly where we left off. Last stream, I went ahead and I didn't upgrade anything. I just figured if we want to get on the dungeon leaderboard, I'm going to need to just leave the auto battle on. It's a little bit autonomous and tedious, so I don't think it all needs to be streamed. So just to jump in, I'm going to hop in the marketplace here and then just look for a rare Momo of some sort to rent for the rest of the week. So same as all week, just kind of going into the Momo lending. You can check out here on the lending list. This surgeon I have here is going to run out in 5 minutes. So I'm just going to pick up another one here. And ideally, I want to look for something with gems and a higher power level. I figured out what gems do. They give you boosts in the individual games. So in Block Brawler, it gives your hero some extra stats. I'm curious to find out if these gems stack. So I specifically got this Momo because he had all gems. I'm curious if we get some more gems, if it'll stack on his stats. So let me just go in here and we'll pick up some, or we'll pick up a new NFT. How's everyone doing? Anyone in here been following along with the series in chat? That's a great point, Rogero. Yeah, I definitely, the first two I rented one for 1 day and one for 2 days, and that definitely wasn't favorable. I'm looking to do this one for 6 days for the rest of the Block Brawler season. Except that's why I'm filtering by quality, not price. So just looking at the cheapest, try to get the best deal I can get here. Doesn't look like there's too many with gems. I'm not going to be too worried if we can't get one with any gems. We already do have one with some gems, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, that looks like it might not be in the option. We're getting into some more expensive NFTs here. So I'm just going to drop down to like page 3 or something and try to find. This looks pretty good. 1300 hash power. 1356, 1399. Yeah, I think page 4 is where I want to be. 1279 for 9 BUSD. This isn't bad, but I think we'll go here for this 1399 for 10 BUSD. And we'll rent this for 6 days. And this is kind of what I was getting at, that renting the NFTs is definitely taking a toll on our starting balance here. So we definitely need to grind the leaderboards, or else it's going to be all for naught if we can't get on the leaderboard and earn some MoBox. But I think it will be doable. So I just went ahead there and confirmed the transaction through my MetaMask, and then we'll be able to jump back in and kind of upgrade a bunch of skills, look into some things, and then dive into the daily tasks and some other things we can knock down for the day. What's up, Kyle? How's your morning going? Perfect. And so just for a little update, I just turned on the auto challenge here last night and was just on my phone and fell asleep with the auto challenge on. I was in dungeon 1 on monster 30 per se, if you want to call it that. And I just left auto challenge on, and now I'm in dungeon number 3. We got some ways to go here on the dungeon leaderboard. On this first ice desert map, which is where we're at currently, we need to even make it on the leaderboard, we need to, looks like, be in at least dungeon 11 or 10. So we got some ways to go. I'm curious if it's going to turn into something where some of these battles actually just get too hard to complete. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But for now, I'll kind of just be leaving the auto battle on off stream and see how close we can get. Because even if we can get to somewhere in the bottom of the leaderboard and scoop up 9, 10 MoBox, that'll be enough to cover at least one of the NFTs we rented. So that's definitely one of the goals here. Nice. Kyle's trying to teach his girlfriend how to play some MoBox. It looks like he's trying to get on the leaderboard as well. Sounds fun. And other than that, the first thing I'll jump into is, you can see my backpack's full here from mining. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to melt all the gear that we've mined off stream. And these are part of the daily tasks here. It's melting your gear down, and it just wants you to melt down specific types, a few common, a few uncommon, unique, rare, and even some legendary. But I'm just going to melt these all down in one go and see what we come up with, and hopefully be able to knock down this daily challenge. Something I did notice is all this gear is level 1. There is higher level gear. So I shouldn't be too attached to any of this gear we get because it is all level 1. So something to take note of. I did get another legendary here. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and smelt this unless it's a part of the specific set I already have. So something else I figured out is if I go into, where was I seeing this? Honestly, I have no idea what refining does. Reset the value of all sub attributes. Okay, so that's just resetting some of these stats in here or boosting them. What I am looking for is, here we go. Maybe. There. So there's these sort of suits. And if you can have all the items in the suits, it gives you a bonus. Currently, I just have one of each of these sets, so I'm not really close to these at all. But something I was noticing is there's level 40 gear here. So I'm thinking this is when I really want to start paying attention to this. Level 40, level 50, and level 60. I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking maybe I start getting this gear once I turn level 40. We'll be able to figure that out today, though, because I think we'll hit level 40. But other than that, I'm just going to melt this all down again. What's up, everyone? I'm seeing some people jump into chat. Tess and Kang, how's it going, guys? Tess, I see you're asking about the giveaway secret code potentially. I'll be throwing that up here up on the stream. Give me like 10 or 15 minutes more, and I'll throw that up. Right now, I'm just trying to get through some daily tasks and catch up on everything that's kind of happened overnight. So melting down this gear. Melting down the legendary piece, because why not? It's only level 1, and it's going to help me get to the task. Just going to melt down all of this. And this is also getting me forge points here as well. So I'm not 100% sure what that is, but that's definitely a key here to some higher level gear, forging some of these items together. Boom, got all of that. So now what I can come do is actually take a look at the daily tasks. Smelted 20 pieces of gear. We smelted 10 common pieces, 5 uncommon, 3 unique, 2 rare, 1 epic, 1 legendary, and we completed. Oh, so the last 2 tasks we have for the day is just competing in the battlefield. So we'll knock that out here in a second, and then we'll be able to claim the 50,000 tokens and 100 skill points for the daily task. So that's just something I'm trying to do there, get as much skill points and tokens as I can. Next, I'm just going to jump in and use all of these tokens I have to upgrade our hero. So it looks like we'll be able to easily get past level 40 here. So it's saying after I upgrade, the Ice Desert Arena requirements are met and I'll be moved at level 39. I'm a little bit confused now that it's saying this, because if you look at everyone on the Ice Desert leaderboard, they're level 69. I hope it doesn't move me out, but none of these people got moved. So I'm just going to go for it. This might, because the only reason I wouldn't want to move to the Void yet is it's going to be harder to get on the leaderboard because everyone is level 89, high 80s. So it will be a little higher competition, but I mean, we'll figure it out. I'm going to go for it anyway. Hopefully it doesn't kick me out. Ice Desert, after moving, you'll receive. So it sounds like it's kicking me out. Let's see what the battle says. Yeah, so it kicked me out of the mushroom jungle, which I'm kind of confused because I'm seeing other people. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. The leaderboard isn't even for this mushroom jungle. So now we're just starting to compete for the leaderboard. So no worries there. Let's get this guy up to level 69 and see if we can't get into the leaderboard. So that's kind of my first goal moving forward. Again, just spending all these tokens that piled up overnight from the mining pool. And yeah, go ahead, King. You can ask any questions there. So this is the mining pool. We got some skill points and tokens. And for anyone who's not aware, this is what is coming from the rented momos. So the momos are giving me hash power here. For some reason, I'm not seeing one of the ones I just rented. So I'm going to back out of the game and rejoin here. And hopefully we can see that momo come in. I'm also going to double check that I actually did rent it. So, yep, it looks like I have these three here. And I'll jump back in and it should be showing up in the game there. That's a good point, Martian. I didn't even realize that it stops mining after 8 hours. So that'll be something else I probably do off stream. Just claim it as 8 hours hit and then turn on auto battle. All the upgrades and stuff I'll be saving for specifically on stream, so you guys can watch that and even give me some tips. And there we go. All the momos are showing up now. And because I've rented those out, I'm getting 800 gold every 5 minutes, 2 pieces of gear, and 1 skill point. You can see I have 1,300 skill points that have kind of accrued up since last stream. And this is the really hard part. I'm not 100% sure what skills are the best to do here. It really seems like the meta currently is maxing out the amount of mercenaries you have. So this is the third skill tree here. And what this does is it summons these mercenaries for you that go and fight. And what I've found is everyone has mercenaries, and there's a lot of skills that only focus on what they call the attacking enemy. And I found that I don't really get any damage down on the opponent's hero if I'm using all of those skills. So what I went out and did is I'm actually looking for skills that do damage to all enemies, because you can kill as many mercenaries as you want, but all that matters is that their hero, the opponent's hero, is killed. So I'm finding that things that do damage to everything seem like the most kind of efficient way to go about, but I'm not 100% sure. I am a little bit scared to kind of splurge too much on these skill points and then end up with something I spent thousands of skill points on and it's not be a useless ability. One I am pretty confident is this hero gunfire skill, and so I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade this a bit, maybe get this to level 12. Another one I do like, I don't know if it's good, is this reversal magic. It gives a small health, or a small heal, sorry, to the 3 lowest units. And then it also applies a reverse shield. So any damage is inflicted back upon whoever was doing damage to them while this shield was there. So I'm going to upgrade this a couple times. I like the idea of 1, having a heal, and 2, having a heal that's actually getting damage back down on the board. So I'll upgrade that. And I'm kind of out of, let's see, spend a couple more skill points here, but I'm out of skill points there. Let's see. Okay, and Rogerio is saying that the meta changes every 5 levels for the mini boss. As of now, I've been kind of rolling the dungeons, but I think part of that is just because I have a lot of hash power and I've been able to upgrade my character, but I'm sure I'm going to run into difficulties here soon. Yeah, you're stuck at 1040. I'm not even close to that yet, so I imagine it's going to get difficult once I start getting into those higher dungeons. I'm curious what kind of skills you're running, Rogerio. Are you kind of using a bunch of mercenaries as well? Martian seems to be having a small realization that the mercenaries keep responding before any damage is done, and that's definitely something that happened to me. Now that I've kind of gotten everything buttoned down here, we can do a few more hero upgrades. I'm just going to jump into the battle and knock out these 2 daily tasks here. And then once we've done our 20 battles for the day, we'll just go ahead and let the dungeon auto battle and just kind of talk through. I was trying to, let me jump into my first battle here and then we can get into it. But yeah, last night I just kind of threw on the auto battle and was reading through the forums, looked at a couple of YouTube videos. I was trying to find if anyone has like a good specific meta to get after. And it seems like just because the game's fairly new, there's not any particularly good guides, but I think we're on the right path here with this mercenary setup. Like we just destroyed this guy who had no mercenaries. How about my strategy to get more points? I'm not sure what you're specifically asking about points. If it's like skill points and gold to upgrade my hero, one is renting NFTs and just having some hash power. So you can only play so much and you're going to get stuck on certain dungeons, it really seems like. So having the hash power where you're just passively earning these points to upgrade your hero, I think is incredibly important if you are trying to compete and get onto the leaderboard. And then as for maybe just earning points on the battlefield, you just have to, of course, use your 20 battles every day and then upgrade your hero, figure out what skills are actually letting you win. Looks like we have somewhat of a tough opponent here. We're struggling to get too much damage down, so we'll see what happens. It's really interesting that this person has no front line. Yeah, there we go. They only have that one frontline mercenary, so we kind of just chomped through them there once we were able to kill that totem ape up front, taking all the damage. And so yeah, now that we're in the ice desert, the true kind of leaderboard grind is starting. We need to have 2,700 of these crowns or trophies here. So we got some ways to go. I also don't expect us to start competing with kind of these higher level 2,000, 2,500 trophy people once until our heroes max level. And yeah, you're right. I have this on 1x speed. That must be painful for you guys. So I'll go ahead and double that. Thanks for the shout there, Daniel. Cool. And we're doing fairly well here. I think part of it is we just got into the ice desert and our hero's pretty upgraded. So we're just kind of rolling a lot of these people. Looks like we'll get another win here in this battle. And something we were talking about last stream is, and it was actually the issue that you were having, Martian, is that sometimes your battles can just run out of time. It's not even that you died or anything. There just wasn't enough DPS to get down. So something we discussed is, if I'm having that issue, potentially instead of having 3 frontline mercenaries, trying to take one out and have 4 backline just to get some more damage. Another important note is certain mercenaries can only go in certain slots, so that might not even be possible. I'd have to look into it. And I'm just curious, we have some people here in chat. What arena are you in, and how many trophies do you guys have? So I'm in the Ice Desert and I have 12,058. I'm curious where everyone in chat stands. It sounds like Rogero is pretty far in the dungeon progression, so I'd be curious to know where you're at on the battle as well. Den, it looks like you're asking, MoBox is a bit like Mobile Legend. I don't know if I've actually seen Mobile Legend, but yeah, you can play this on your mobile phones. So if you actually go onto the MoBox website, you'll be able to download. It's only in the Apple test flight because the app's still in beta, but you'll be able to download the app and play this exact same game here on the mobile phone. So it's really unique there. Yeah, Martian, we'll have to see there. I actually just battled someone with like 70 trophies, and that was a really bad idea because I only got like 2. So definitely won't do that again. And yeah, Martian, my main idea is just using the battles that I have every day whenever I can. And then we'll see. I feel like once this gets down to the last day, 10 hours on the leaderboard, there'll be a big push and a bunch of people battling. So it might be something where we have to invest some MoBox into more entries to get that final push onto the leaderboard. Oh, nice, Rogero. Seems like you're pretty up there. Are you on the leaderboard? So it kind of sounds like you'll be. And that's obviously the main goal here, getting on the leaderboard so you can get some of those MBox rewards, whether it's on the dungeon or the battlefield. And I mean, it seems like so far we're doing pretty well in this new dungeon, but we are in the bottom sort of ranks of it. So I imagine we're going to start losing some things. Our opponents will get harder here soon. Dan, you're saying you're a newbie in crypto gaming. I am as well, and that's kind of why we started this series. If you go back and you watch the first episode, you can kind of watch me just noodle around, try to learn the MoBox platform. And now I'm starting to get a hang of it. I would still probably classify myself as a crypto gaming noob. But yeah, that's kind of what this series is, giving people an outlet to see what it's about, and then also watching me progress and learn what's going on along the way. And this battle looks like it's going to be pretty close here. Hopefully I can start getting some heals on my hero. It's not anything big, but I mean, you can see it working there. We're gaining some health back. Oh, yep, there we go. Yeah, that heal is really nice. Looks like we just need a couple more abilities to refresh here. Yep, there we go. Easy win. We got 11 more battles left, and then we'll jump into some dungeon grind. And you guys can see I have a bunch of abilities here that are doing kind of AoE, area of effect damage, attacking all enemies. And that's sort of the specific setup I went for in this mercenary kind of skills I have. Oh, nice. I did not even know that, Martian. So I definitely need to get into the app. I was having some issues right when I made my account logging into the mobile app, but I think it was because my account was so new. And then Daniel said he's in the top 500 Ice Desert, or top 500 for maybe dungeons. Ice Desert's 1500. But yeah, I imagine it gets a bit hard to progress once you start getting there. Nice, Edson. Nice to see you. It looks like you're on dungeon 0445, slowly climbing up there. I left my auto battle on last night and just kind of knocked out. So now I'm on dungeon 3, which is pretty cool. Again, someone here with little to no mercenaries in the front line, and look how fast they get destroyed. So you definitely want to make sure, especially if you picked kind of a character with less health, less defense, that you do get some frontline mercenaries. And then vice versa, right? If you do have someone who's pretty tanky, has a lot of health, maybe you don't need so many frontline mercenaries and you can get some more things like gunfire crocodiles that are doing damage for you in the back line. Sorry, just addressing some messages there, but looks like, again, another easy battle. We're starting to climb up this Ice Desert leaderboard, but we got ways to go, a long ways to go. We need about at least 1,000 more trophies to even start being kind of in the ranks with people on the leaderboard. Looks like this person's got a pretty similar setup to me. They have 2 of these chickens in the back instead of the gunfire crocodiles. And we have a much higher combat score. So this should be something pretty easy for us to win here. Does look like they have a significant heal and shield, but we should be able to break through it. Yep, looks like we're slowly whittling this person's assassin down. A couple more combos and we'll be all good to go. And there we are. Another 14 more trophies. And yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Den. MoBox is pretty fun here. I've been enjoying it. I'm only 3 days in. I'm really excited to start getting towards the, once I get a little bit more progression, max out the level of this character and really get into min-maxing my skills, see what other top leaderboard players are using for their skills, and then also getting into item crafting and foraging and trying to get as big as an edge as I can just through items and skills to solidify a spot on the leaderboard. It doesn't sound like it's easy though. We do have a couple people in chat that are kind of right on the leaderboard or right outside of it, and it sounds like they're running into difficulties, which I imagined. Getting near the end of our battles here. We have 6 more left. We haven't really lost too many today, so that's pretty cool. I say that just as I picked an incredibly hard opponent with 2,500 combat score, so this might be our demise. Oh yeah, check that out. And down we go. Boom. Yep. I don't know why that person gets 30 trophies there. They have so much more combat points, but I'll get over it. Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, you can't see their skills once you're already in the fight, so that's part of it. The other thing is it'd be really easy to win battles, right? If you could change your skills, but there's no way the opponent's allowed to. But I definitely think that is a kind of unique idea. This is interesting. This person doesn't have so many mercenaries. We are having trouble killing that frontline totem ape and even getting damage down on their hero, but I imagine it'll start coming through here. And when I was looking at the leaderboard, it looks like the assassin and this hero were some of the most picked. And it looks like we're kind of getting wrecked right here. But now that we killed that totem ape for just a second, we might be able to get some needed damage down. Yeah, check that out. All right, all the mercenaries are back up, so this is going to get a little bit difficult. But our heal is putting in work for us. The stuns, if you can't tell, I have some mercenaries that do put down some crowd control, things like stuns, and we got the win there. Nice, 4 more battles left for today. Looks like we're just kind of eating up this guy's front line while also getting damage down on him. And then, yeah, feel free to ask any questions. I'll speak on any sort of tangents I think of along the way, but sometimes I'll just sit here and watch the battle. So feel free to chat it up with me. I'm also curious for you guys in chat, how long have you been playing the MoBox or using the MoBox platform for? What game do you prefer, Token Master or Block Brawler? I'm currently grinding Block Brawler, but Token Master, this is a 4-week long event, so I definitely plan on jumping over there at some point. Hopefully, after we land somewhere on the leaderboard here for Block Brawler. I know, yeah. The song is a little bit redundant. I was actually thinking about I wanted to show the gameplay a little bit and the sound, but I'm thinking about getting or putting on some sort of backing track. I just need to figure out how to set that up. I'm not using OBS for the streaming software, so I don't have quite the flexibility I would like, but that's something I was thinking of as well. I also want to see, I can turn this down a little because I don't want to be blasting you guys with it. But yeah, an hour sort of the same tracks does get a little bit redundant, Rogeria. So I will definitely tomorrow, I might even just before I hop on stream, experiment with some things and try to get us just some different music in the background. I have no idea, Edson, and that's kind of the point of this challenge, right? I'm going in, I'm renting heroes. I've spent a significant amount of money, over 100 BUSD now. What really matters is once we start getting closer to, I guess, what you can call the late game, as the season winds down. If we can land on the leaderboard, there's definitely some pretty hefty MBox rewards. And yeah, I agree, Kyle. And the thing is, if you don't have the hash mining, like you're gonna run into some sort of boundary that your hero won't be able to battle anymore. The dungeons get progressively harder. So if you're, let's say you kind of only have a little bit of hash power, you're gonna get stuck upgrading your hero. You're not gonna have enough tokens. You won't be able to do any battles, and then you can't earn more tokens if you can't beat the dungeon. So hash power is definitely important for keeping the flow going. And I think that's one of the main things for new users, and taking the risk and renting out some higher level momos definitely helps, or even just building sort of your own collection. It won't be the strongest at first, but I think you can definitely build up something. And if this is something long-term you're looking to get into, maybe that's the route. At first, I just want to see if it's even possible for me to get on the leaderboard from renting. So I think that's a fun experiment. And hopefully after this leaderboard, if we do win, I definitely reinvest a lot of that MBox into getting our own NFT collection here. And I think paying attention to these battles will become more important as we get into the higher levels, seeing what other people builds are, what skills they're maxing out. And even just having the skill tree pulled up for myself on a separate page, because just looking at these icons here, I have no idea what these are. But just seeing what skills people are maxing will definitely help. Oh man, this guy's kind of giving us the work. We need to get our heal back, but we might not get it in time. Down we go. Maybe not. Yeah, exactly, Edson. If you get a legend out of the box, you're doing great. You can't even rent the legendaries, so that'd definitely be a leg up. And yeah, I agree with that, Kyle. Currently, I just have this small heal here. It's more so like a heal that incorporates damage. So that might be something where I find I'm seeing a lot of people not using the heal I'm using, and there's a better one to use. But as of now, it seems like it's working for the most part. Hopefully, I didn't dump hundreds, close to thousands of skill points into a skill I won't end up using, but we'll figure it out. Nice. Looks like for our last battle, we'll get a quick, easy win. Cool. We did a little bit of climbing. I mean, in our 20 battles, we only got 100 trophies. So I don't remember exactly who pointed it out. It might have been Martian, but it looks like we will potentially have to add some battles here in the future once the leaderboard kind of starts pushing, once the season gets to an end. You can see there we did finish all of our challenges. So that's nice. And now I'm just going to jump into the dungeon and kind of put these on auto battle and just kind of grind through these as fast as possible for the next 20 minutes or so. Looks like a lot of these should be pretty easy until we start getting into maybe like dungeon 5, 6, 7 plus. Oh, that's actually really interesting, Kyle, that you're saying there's ones that heal your mercenaries as well. It looks like this one does heal my mercenaries. Actually, now that you're saying that, this one heals the 3 lowest characters on the board. Um, the good thing about mercenaries as well is they do respawn. I'm just going to skip through this here. I would think, yeah, in general, using a PC is better than mobile. I haven't used mobile yet, so I can't go and speak on that 100%. But I think the mobile is definitely really nice for just jumping on if you're bored, want to get some grind going. I mean, what's to complain about being able to jump on the mobile app and do some play to earn, right? Nice. It looks like we've got some sort of boss or something here, but it'll be a cakewalk. Yeah, get some extra rewards as well. Yeah, that's good to know, Kyle. I was actually going to ask you what you thought. And Kyle's saying gameplay on mobile is just fine. It's also just very nice to be able to jump on mobile, um, kind of on the go whenever you want. Nice, another easy battle. Again, this is why I'm just going to throw this on auto battle for a little bit each night, kind of just leave it on and fall asleep because a lot of this is just very tedious. Um, and I want to hurry up and get towards the leaderboard here, and also just get as much rewards as we can. Okay, that's a good note. I was going to try to do that last night because I wanted to be looking at the skills while I was auto battling, but I realized that I didn't have my password handy. We did get some skill points, and we do have some more items to melt down, so we'll definitely wrap up the stream here with that. But for now, we'll just see how big of a push we can get through these dungeons, maybe even make it to number 4. Jump through there. What do you guys think so far? Do you think with this build we'll be able to contend for the leaderboard? My main concern is just spending too many skill points on a skill that I'm not going to use. Like, you guys just watched me use over 800 skill points on one of these gunfire crocodiles, but I'm fairly confident. Like, I've seen them put in work, so not particularly worried about that one, but maybe even the heal one I was upgrading at the beginning of the stream. And yeah, I'm definitely going to look into some backing music. StreamYard, it seems like it only lets me grab audio from one tab or window, but I think I might be able to sort that out because 3 hours of this same backing track is starting to get to me, so I'm sure it's getting to you guys as well. Yeah, Dan, that sounds like a good idea. And I mean, there's probably not even anything pigeonholing to just using one, like using mobile when it's convenient, PC when it's convenient. Like, even just having this in a separate tab and running the dungeon auto battles while you're doing other stuff on your computer, that's probably fairly easy. Yeah, no, the same thing, same here, Kyle. Like, I don't know if it's precisely the right thing, but I've had multiple people jump in the streams and tell me mercenaries are the way to go. At first, I had like all backline mercenaries, and then someone jumped in and was like, "Yo, it's good you're using mercenaries, but put some in the front," because I was specifically like, "Oh man, I'm dying too quick." So I think so far the setup is good, and then just little optimizations along the way. I would be interested. I wouldn't know the best way to do it. It doesn't look like there's a messaging system, but some of these top leaderboard players actually have usernames, and it'd be super interesting to try to get maybe some leaderboard players on to the stream and have them go over their builds. But I don't know if that's going to be quite possible to get in contact with some of these players. Looks like we're winding down to the end of the dungeon here as well. About to take on number 5. Yep, here's the final boss, so to speak, and we will get some extra coins. Why haven't I set up a username? I don't know. I was actually looking at it this morning. I will set one of those up, Limbo. It's a good shout as well. Nice, easy win there. Oh, that was like an instant battle. That was interesting. This happened last time. Is it? I don't know if it's fighting here or not. Looks like we got a little dungeon bug there, but that's fine. We'll leave that off for now. I'm actually going to go and select a username. Let's see, change name. I'm just going to switch it to GoonTrades. Why not? It's kind of the default. So that's good. And now I'm going to come in, just melt any of this gear. Oh yeah, so check that out. We're now getting level 40 gear. So I was right about that. It looks like what I'm going to want to do is, let me see something. Where was I at? Oh, suit preview. So there's level 50, 60, and 70 gear, the max level for the ice desert. And as of now, I think I'm going to stay in the ice desert. So I'm just going to melt all my gear till I get into this level 60 gear. And then I'll start, hopefully we can maybe even get a suit. It looks like it won't be easy, but you never know. So I'm just going to come in here and smelt down all of this gear, because why not? And all this gear I've gotten in the meantime from the hash power. So that kind of shows how important it is. I haven't been getting this gear from battling. This has been from the rented momos I have. And just melting that down. Melting down. And melting down. Cool. Getting some more of these forge points that I know we'll need in the later game. And then we do have some more skill points. Just want to look over my skills. So I have a Thunder T-Rex here. Attack damage to all enemies, 60% chance to stun. That's one of those all enemies skills I'm looking for. I have this Gunfire Crocodile Mercenary. Damage to all enemies. Also, excuse me, a chance to increase your crit strike. So that's pretty important there, I think. This one deals damage to the enemy with the highest attack. My thinking here is I feel like the enemy with the highest attack would be the hero, but I don't know if that's right. This might be a skill I look to replace in the future, depending on what I figure out and learn more about it. This one here is the Rhino Mage. This heals the 3 units with the lowest health, so this is one of the heal ones. And also at the same time, there's a reverse shield, so it converts damage received to health. So it kind of has a additional heal effect at the expense of a lower heal. So I was actually under the wrong impression what this skill did for a second. I thought it inflicted damage, but it's actually the damage received is converted to more health. So that's pretty cool. Here's another Thunder T-Rex. This does attack damage to all enemies again, so kind of that same theme I've been going for. And then a Totem Ape that does attack damage to all enemies and then reduces healing. I think this is really important, reducing the enemy's healing. So I'm going to actually upgrade this now that I'm looking over it. Awesome. So that's all good. And the last thing I'll do is kind of just upgrade the hero. Nice. And our goal is level 69 before we get kicked out of the ice arena. So it looks like we're all good there. We do still have some level 1 gear on, but I'm not worried about that. My main thing is start unlocking this level 60 gear, and then we can start kind of min-maxing our gear, trying to get good sets going. There, as of now, I'm just going to melt everything down, start stacking up these forge points up here, because this looks like it'll be something that is useful. And a tip I got was wait till level 60 to forge. My main kind of thing is there's 130 hours left. So what is that? 5 days or so left in the season. Which leaderboard do I want to do? Do I want to stay here in the ice desert at level 69? Do I want to try to make it to level 89, or do I want to make it to level 100? The issue with level 100 is there's going to be a lot more things to sort of min-max. The reward is way greater, but I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to just try to stay in the ice desert. I'm not quite sure what the best move is here. So we'll kind of just play it out. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to do is try to get as high on the leaderboard on the ice desert, and we'll kind of go from there. So that's my main plan. Other than that, I think this is getting wrapped up. I will jump into a couple more dungeons here just because why not? And then I'll sign off here in a second. Awesome. Yeah, that's a great reminder, Knack. I almost forgot to put up the secret code for the giveaway. So there it is. It's down there at the bottom. I'll stay on here doing a couple more battles, give you guys some time to enter that secret code. It's going to be Momo GameFi. And for those of you who missed the original giveaway, you can actually check it out here. I know I do need level 60 fast. I think we'll be able to get it tomorrow though. So that'll be good news. Get level 60 tomorrow, keep grinding the dungeons, and then we'll start really just diving into what these gear sets are, how to forge, and trying to min-max our character as much as possible. Cool. Just going to fast forward this battle. We know we're going to win, of course. Awesome. So I'll give this a couple more battles. Make sure you scoop up that giveaway code. Also, if you missed any of the first streams, they are all on the YouTube channel recorded, so you can kind of see my thought process going through all of this. I mean, we only started 3 days ago. We started on Monday at level 1, brand new hero. We're now level 55. And I've only kind of been on here on stream for 3 hours, and then maybe there was another hour of auto battles that I left on last night just grinding the dungeons. And I will say a lot of this growth is attributed to the hash power from the momos I rented. So that's kind of the main risk in this equation. I've rented like 150, almost 200 BUSD worth of Momo NFTs, and that'll get me through this entire season. And if I don't make it onto the leaderboard, it will be a loss. But if I make it onto the leaderboard, it looks like it's pretty if you get near the lower end of the leaderboard, I'll be able to recoup some of my investment, most of my investment. And if I can make it to the top of some of these leaderboards, I very well can find myself in profit. Yeah, so for the giveaway Limbo, you need to go ahead and check out that Twitter I put in there, and there's a Gleam form under there, and there's 5 or 6 different criterias. One of them is subscribing to the YouTube. So go ahead and do that. Hit the bell icon. And then the other ones are just following us on Twitter, MoBox, and retweeting one of our tweets. But the Gleam will walk you through 100% of that process. And then Edson, I'm glad you enjoy the series. That was kind of our thought. We didn't see anyone really diving into any play to earn games like this and doing a consistent series. So we thought this would be really interesting. And it's really nice that you guys, as the viewers, are interacting, coming back around. So that's incredibly important. As for the weekend, I will not be jumping on and streaming. I probably will be claiming some rewards and doing some auto battles. And maybe I'll just record clips of when I do that, and I'll be able to just give like a recap on Monday of some sort. But I definitely will be tending to this on the weekends, because there will, like, that's 2 days that I can maximize a lot of resources. Awesome, guys. So I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap up this stream now once this battle's over. Again, thank you everyone for coming out to the stream. It's really a great time just kind of sitting on here, chatting, getting to brawl on MoBox, progress in the game. Also, the tips you guys give are great. I'm excited for us to get into more of the end game stuff. Should be pretty fun seeing what other people are building. And I know there's not a lot of like high leaderboard MoBox gameplay. So hopefully we can help bring that to you guys and help kind of boost your own heroes and what you guys are building. Other than that, as I mentioned, this is a series, so there's multiple other videos. There's at least 2 hours of other videos you can go catch up on if you missed. And we'll be live tomorrow and Friday. Make sure you don't miss it. So what I would do is go ahead and subscribe. I'd even turn on the notifications so you know when we go live. And this won't be the only content. So go ahead and make sure you like this video so we know that this is the content you guys want to see. But we'll also be putting out live streams with prominent projects, not only on Binance Smart Chain, but all of DeFi. Yesterday, we did a stream with a very nice or very innovative bridge protocol, Allbridge, and they support some of the largest chains. They support Solana, which a lot of bridges don't, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, maybe even Terra, or they're working on Terra. So there's over 11 chains. So that's just a quick shout there. But other than that, thank you everyone for joining. And then just to address your last question, Den, I think the highest level is 100, if I'm looking correctly. Other than that, let me stop these auto battles because I have not been able to stop it. It just keeps going. There we go. So finally stop the auto battle. Again, thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you guys live tomorrow.